Welcome to eStory, where every tale is crafted to inspire, teach, and transport you to a world of unforgettable experiences. Today, we bring you the story of Gato, a young boy whose encounter with the wild teaches us valuable lessons about courage, respect, and the delicate balance between humanity and nature. Sit back, relax, and let's journey together into this powerful tale of survival and wisdom by the banks of the mighty Nile.
Gato was a young boy of about 12, living in a small village nestled near the banks of the mighty Nile River. His village, peaceful and picturesque, was surrounded by lush green forests and the constant, rhythmic flow of the river. The Nile was both a source of life and a silent, lurking danger, as it was home to many creatures, including the formidable Nile crocodile. The villagers had always respected the river, knowing that beneath its calm surface lay creatures of unimaginable strength and ferocity. Gato was curious by nature, always asking questions and seeking to understand the world around him. His grandfather, an elder of the village, was the one who nurtured this curiosity. He would often take Gato on walks along the riverbank, sharing stories of the past, the history of their people, and the secrets of the Nile. Grandfather's tales were filled with wisdom about the river and its inhabitants, especially the crocodile. They are ancient creatures, his grandfather would say. They have lived in these waters for millions of years, long before humans came to settle here. You must always respect them, Gato. The river is their home, and we are merely visiting.
Gato listened attentively, but like any young boy, there was a part of him that was drawn to the thrill of adventure. The river, with its mysteries and dangers, was a place that called to him. Despite his grandfather's warnings, Gato often found himself wandering near the water's edge, lost in thoughts of the unknown. One hot afternoon, Gato's mother asked him to fetch water from the river. The village well had run dry, and the river was the closest source of fresh water. Gato, always eager to help, grabbed the water jar and headed towards the river. The sun was high in the sky, casting long shadows over the landscape. The air was thick with the buzzing of insects, and the distant cries of birds echoed through the trees. As Gato reached the riverbank, he marveled at the beauty of the Nile. The water shimmered under the sunlight, creating a mesmerizing dance of light and shadow. Gato kneeled by the river's edge and dipped the jar into the cool water. As the jar filled, Gato's thoughts drifted to his grandfather's stories. He imagined himself as a brave explorer, venturing into uncharted lands and discovering the secrets of the Nile. Lost in his daydreams, Gato didn't notice the slight ripple in the water nearby. A pair of cold, unblinking eyes watched him from just below the surface, moving silently closer. Suddenly, the stillness of the moment was shattered by a violent splash. Gato barely had time to react as the crocodile lunged at him, its massive jaws snapping shut inches from his arm.
Fear gripped Gato as he scrambled backward, the water jar forgotten as it rolled into the river. The crocodile was enormous, its rough, scaly skin glistening in the sun, and its powerful tail whipping the water into a frenzy. Gato's heart pounded in his chest as he realized the danger he was in. The stories his grandfather had told him flashed through his mind, and he knew that his survival depended on his ability to stay calm and think clearly. The crocodile lunged again, its jaws wide open, ready to clamp down on its prey. But Gato was quick. He grabbed a nearby stick and swung it with all his might at the crocodile's snout. The blow landed with a resounding thud, momentarily stunning the beast. Gato knew he had only seconds to act. He turned and ran, his feet slipping on the muddy riverbank as he sprinted towards the safety of the trees. But the crocodile was not easily deterred. Shaking off the blow, it pursued Gato with terrifying speed. Gato could hear the heavy thud of the crocodile's feet behind him and the sound of its jaws snapping shut, just missing him. Panic surged through him, but he forced himself to remember his grandfather's teachings. He needed to find a way to outsmart the predator, to use the environment to his advantage. As he ran, Gato spotted a large fallen tree, its massive trunk lying half submerged in the water. Without hesitation, he leaped onto the trunk and scrambled up onto the higher ground. The crocodile, unable to climb, crashed into the tree with a snarl of frustration. Gato, breathing heavily, watched as the beast circled the trunk, searching for a way to reach him.
For a moment, Gato thought he was safe, but then he saw the crocodile begin to push against the tree with its powerful body, trying to dislodge it. The trunk creaked and groaned under the pressure, and Gato knew it wouldn't hold for long. He had to come up with a plan, and fast. Looking around, Gato's eyes fell on a pile of large stones nearby. An idea formed in his mind. He grabbed one of the stones and hurled it at the crocodile's head. The stone hit its mark, and the crocodile hissed in pain, retreating slightly. Gato quickly grabbed another stone and threw it, then another and another. Each hit forced the crocodile back further, until finally it gave up the attack and slithered back into the water, disappearing beneath the surface. Gato collapsed onto the ground, his body trembling with exhaustion and fear. He had survived, but only barely. The reality of what had just happened hit him hard, and tears welled up in his eyes. He had come face to face with death, and it was it. But as the fear subsided, Gato realized something else. He had faced the danger head-on and had used his wits to survive. He had remembered his grandfather's teachings and had respected the river and its creatures.
After catching his breath, Gato retrieved the water jar, which had miraculously not been broken, and filled it with water once more. He took one last look at the river, a new understanding in his heart. The Nile was indeed a place of beauty and danger, a force of nature that demanded respect. Gato knew he would never take it for granted again. When Gato returned to the village, his mother noticed the dirt on his clothes and the shaken look in his concerned. She asked him what had happened. Gato, still processing the events, hesitated for a moment, but then decided to tell her the truth. As he recounted the encounter with the crocodile, his mother's face turned pale, and she quickly embraced him, tears of relief streaming down her cheeks. Word of Gato's bravery soon spread throughout the village. His grandfather, hearing the story, was both proud and worried. He called Gato to his side and, with a stern but loving gaze, reminded him of the importance of respecting the river. "I'm proud of you, Gato," his grandfather said. "But remember, the river is not something to be trifled with. You've shown great courage, but you must also show wisdom. The Nile gives us life, but it can also take it away. Always be mindful of that." Gato nodded, understanding the weight of his grandfather's words. The encounter with the crocodile had changed him. He was no longer the carefree boy who saw the river as just another playground. He now saw it for what it truly was. A powerful and unpredictable force of nature that must be respected. As the days passed, Gato's experience with the crocodile became a story told and retold around the village fires. The elders spoke of it as a lesson for the young, a reminder that bravery must always be tempered with caution. For Gato, it was a defining moment in his life, one that taught him valuable lessons about survival, respect, and the delicate balance between humans and nature. But the story didn't end there.
It didn't end there indeed. Rather, Gato's encounter with the crocodile left a deep impression on him. He became more interested in learning about the river and its ecosystem. He spent more time with his grandfather, asking questions and seeking to understand the relationship between the village and the Nile. He learned about the plants and animals that lived by the river, the seasons of the Nile, and how the villagers could live in harmony with the natural world around them. Over time, Gato's knowledge grew, and so did his respect for the river. He became an advocate for protecting the Nile and its creatures, teaching the younger children in the village about the importance of preserving their environment. He shared his story with them, not as a tale of heroism, but as a lesson in respect and understanding. Years later, Gato would go on to become a leader in his village, known for his wisdom and deep connection to the land. He never forgot the day he faced the crocodile, and he carried the lessons he learned with him throughout his life. The encounter had taught him that true bravery is not just about facing danger, but also about understanding and respecting the world around you. In the end, Gato's story became more than just a tale of survival. It became a story of growth, learning, and the importance of living in harmony with nature. The Nile, once seen as a source of fear and danger, became a symbol of life's beauty and power, a reminder that every part of the natural world has its place, and that humans must tread carefully and with respect.
And so Gato's story was passed down through generations, a tale of a young boy who faced the wild and learned the true meaning of respect, courage, and wisdom. The river continued to flow as it always had, and the village thrived, guided by the lessons learned from Gato's brave encounter with the crocodile.
Thank you for listening to this captivating tale on eStory. If you enjoyed Gato's incredible journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story that inspires and teaches. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the powerful lessons Gato's experience imparts. First, true bravery involves not just confronting fear, but also exercising wisdom and caution in dangerous situations. Second, respecting nature and its creatures is vital, as every element of the natural world deserves our reverence. Lastly, challenges are opportunities for growth. Gato's story reminds us that each obstacle we face can lead to greater knowledge and understanding. We hope this tale has touched your heart and inspired you to live with courage, respect, and a quest for wisdom.